Bantamweight bout here. JP Buys coming in at plus 260 against Marcus Mcghee, who sits at minus 360. Over under 1.5 rounds, plus 115 for the over, minus 145 for the under. Marcus Mcghee came in on short notice in his debut and got a big win. 33 years of age. JP Buys only 27, 2-3 in his last 5. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. 0-3 in the UFC. This man, he needs a win. He needs a win badly, probably to keep his job. Marcus Mcghee, like I said, came in and got a round 2 finish in his debut against Journey Newson on short notice. Gets the performance bonus as well. Goes out and gets himself a nice little Rolex. Comes in here against JP Buys as a big favorite. JP Buys has been training at the PI or in Vegas with the likes of everybody that trains there. What's his name? Marcus Mcghee trains at MMA Masters. That's the gym you see like Jared Cannonier, Sean O'Malley, those guys down in Arizona. JP Buys needs a win badly. His back is against the wall. Could pull something off. He's got a good ground game. If he gets into the ground early, it's going to be where he's most dangerous. Marcus Mcghee has been submitted one time. That's his only loss. But on the feet, he's got big power, and he has some good offensive submissions as well. He got one out as his last time out. But big favorite here. Do you think he gets it done?
This fight kind of scares the shit out of me because everybody's going to be super, super high on Mcghee and low on JP Buys. But, JP Buys, like you said, if he gets the fight to the ground and the early going, like he's dangerous. And in the fight that Mcghee lost in LFA, his back was taken pretty damn easy in round 1 and then lost via rear naked choke. Hasn't happened since. But, I mean, it was only just a month over a year ago. I mean, it's just 13 months ago that happened. From there, he got some knockouts and a submission, obviously, against Journey Newson, and came in a super short notice against Journey Newson. And I didn't know what to expect with Marcus Mcghee, but he looked really good. And then I got to thinking, like, okay, this guy's a stud. And I think, okay, but what kind of fighter really is Journey Newson? Like, maybe you should have seen that coming. So it's hard to judge, like, where Mcgee's actually at, especially only having that one fight in the UFC. Obviously, we know Buys is on a 3-fight losing streak, but he's losing to Bruno Silva, who's good, Montel Jackson, and Cody Durden, who we just saw with the upset win over Jake Hadley this weekend. So he's fighting pretty decent guys in his early stages of his UFC career. Against Montel Jackson, he got knocked down 4 times. He got taken down 4 times, but he scored a takedown of his own. Actually moved all the way into full mount against Jackson and had some sub attempts in there. So that just alludes back to your thing saying he's dangerous on the ground. And if he can get it there while he's dry, not sweaty, he's got a chance to, at least put the fight in some interesting situations and, work for a finish, possibly. But I think it's got to be early. I agree with you on that. Mcghee, it's kind of a guy you don't know. Like, is he going to come in here and be a stud in the UFC? Sure looked like it in his first fight, but like I said earlier, against who? I think Mcghee should win this fight, but this price is crazy, in my opinion. It's this do or die for JP Buys. 3-fight losing streak early on in your UFC career is never good. Could be on the chopping block if he doesn't get it done. But strange things happen in this sport, especially on cards like this. So, yeah, man, I'm going to take Marcus Mcghee for the pick, but not going to bet on him whatsoever.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, Marcus Mcghee I will not be betting on Marcus Mcghee on the money line at least, because I think this is like an overreaction for just based off of Buys, last, or you could say recency bias. Buys' last 3 fights are losses. He's been knocked down a total of 8 times in those 3 losses. And Mcghee coming in as a dog on short notice, getting a big win in, like, I don't want to say dominant fashion, but he looked pretty good and he made a lot of headlines. So everybody kind of knows him. JP Buys has been off for over a year. He's coming in here. He needs to win bad, and that's a dangerous dude, especially, a guy that has moved over here from South Africa. The dude needs a win. He probably needs a win to, like, I don't know, probably pay his rent and I mean, he's been off for a year. So he's been dealing with all his divorce with Cheyenne Vlismus now and everything. I think that had to deal with some of these losses. But if you look at the Montel Jackson fight, he nearly had Montel Jackson submitted in the first round. And I think if he can come out and do that against Marcus McGhee, he could catch him lacking. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, for the sake of the show, I mean, I guess you got to take Marcus McGhee, but no chance am I taking him on the money line this week.